Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Ranchers are outraged after a ranching couple was indicted by the federal government for land violations and now face combined fines of $500,000 or 20 years in prison. Charles and Heather Maud, two 39-year-old South Dakota ranchers, were blindsided when federal agents allegedly arrived dressed in full tactical gear and accused them of stealing government land. The ranchers were served with separate indictments for alleged theft of government property surrounding a fence that has been on the couple's property for 75 years, according to the Cowboy State Daily. "It's as stressful, financially and mentally," Charles told the outlet. "It's something nobody should have to go through." The individual charges hold maximum penalties of 10 years in prison and or a $250,000 fine. Since the two were served individually, they legally aren't allowed to discuss the case with each other. The indictments were brought up by the Forest Service Agency after murky boundaries were revealed between the Maud's fence and the national grasslands of the Forest Service. The Maud family has been ranching on the South Dakota land since the 1910s and put the fence on their property line nearly 75 years ago. The boundary issues were spotlighted after the ranchers put up a no-hunting sign on their fence. The sign caused a hunter to complain, flagging the property issue to the Forest Service. Charles and Heather removed the sign, as instructed, and decided to finally settle the long-running issue with the agency on May 1 when they met with Forest Service agent Julie Wheeler. Wheeler allegedly told the couple it would take months, if not a year, for the property to be surveyed, but 5 days later, Forest Service agent Travis Lunders showed up to check out the property. Lunders' surprise visit came without any prior notice, according to Rachel Gable, assistant editor of the Fence Post. A little over a month later, on June 24, Lunders served the couple their indictments. Gable said for the case to go from 0 to 120 miles per hour in 87 days infuriated fellow ranchers and heightened ongoing tension between ranchers and the Forest Service. The Forest Service has long said they want to be good neighbors, and taking shots at easy targets isn't being good neighbors, Gable said, the Daily Mail reported. Even Congress's Natural Resources Committee, after Senator Mike Rounds defended the couple in a letter to the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. This action represents a direct conflict to an agreed-upon plan, wherein the landowners were working cooperatively with the USFS to resolve the issue, he wrote. Rounds said the Mauds had a lease agreement in place with the USFS for about 60 years, and the fence was never an issue. The criminal indictment appears unnecessary and conflicts with USDA's stated good neighbor practices with regard to land management practices, Rounds continued. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association and Public Lands Council President Mark Rober urged the Forest Service to drop the charges. "This case is a prime example of what can happen when federal agencies view ranchers as enemies, rather than partners," Rober said. "I urge the U.S. Forest Service to rethink their plan to slap handcuffs on these hard-working ranchers and instead pursue an alternative resolution to this issue. A GoFundMe has been started for the couple to help preserve their legacy. Please consider donating to this hard-working family as they face the unknown. Please help them continue to farm, ranch, and grow their family in western South Dakota as they have for 5 generations," the fundraising description pleads. So far, $25,258 of the $77,000 goal has been raised.